the spirit of political balance at this time, I think it's fair to say there's no great excitement about any of the possible outcomes for the general election. Faith in politics is low, and the Don't Know candidate forming a Don't Know government for the Don't Know party would probably be the most popular in a century. It's a great irony, therefore, that the public figures for whom we have the most affection are the ones that we do not choose, namely the royal family. Yes, the idea of a monarchy is a little eccentric, a handful of genetic lottery winners gifted untold riches, fame and privilege by accident of birth. But like many other aspects of British life, including our constitution, our judiciary and our parliament, it may have a few odd traditions. It may seem strange on paper, arcane, dusty, perhaps out of date, a bit mad even, but ultimately it works. Aside from a small rabble of dissenters who would like a republic, the royal family enjoy astonishing levels of popularity. An Ipsos poll taken in May reveals that almost half of Britons believe that the UK would be worse off without a monarchy. That was up from 38% in March. Any politician would only dream of those numbers. As we saw during Queen Elizabeth's funeral, when Brits of all backgrounds went to Westminster to pay their respects, this ancient institution enjoys widespread support. Even Holly Willoughby and Philip Schofield did everything they could to catch a glimpse of the coffin. And astonishingly, this rich and, let's be honest, not remotely diverse family is incredibly effective at bringing together and binding our diverse nation. And the reason why is history. In this increasingly transactional commercial world, that is something that you can't buy. For those looking down their nose on the monarchy, perhaps they'd like to browse through photographs of the late Queen Mother navigating the rubble of wartime London, offering support and words of understanding for Brits whose homes had just been bombed out during the Blitz. The royal family have been the nation's rock in peace and in war. And whatever we've been through as a country, the royals have gone through it with us. Most keenly reflected in that image of the Queen sat alone in a chapel, socially distanced, having just buried her husband Philip at the height of the pandemic and during those ludicrous lockdowns. Even our late great Queen had to comply with the madness. And like any family, the royals have to go through all of the same problems as the rest of us. Yes, they don't have to worry about the cost of heating their homes, putting food on the table, or getting the very best medical care. But as we've seen over the years, they too have battled family strife, brothers at war, disruptive sister-in-laws, dodgy uncles bringing embarrassment on the family, squabbles over who lives where, financial battles, births, marriages, deaths and divorce. And of course, latterly, ill health. If anyone was in any doubt about the relevance and importance of the royal family to this country, that was quickly dismissed with the instant and deep outpouring of concern following the double nightmare of both King Charles and Princess Catherine's cancer diagnoses. Which is why, to see the return of Princess Catherine into the spotlight yesterday and the King fulfilling his public duties was joyous. But it was joyous and bittersweet. Yes, it was a reminder of how loved they are and also how important they are, but also a reminder that they are mortal and tragically continue to battle this serious disease. Last night, a guest on the show, our brilliant US royal reporter Kinsey Schofield, made a brilliant point about cancer.
Cancer brings people closer.
Yeah.
And you did feel that way, even looking at Prince George admiring his mother and father on the balcony.
Cancer does indeed bring people closer, and it's clearly had that effect on the royal family, with Charles and his son William closer than ever, and William and his wife Catherine still deeply, dizzyingly in love. But this double blow of Catherine and Charles being ill has brought the nation together too, which is the default mechanism of our monarchy. For richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, in good times and bad, this unique family represent and embody the nation, its values, its principles, its history. Given that an elected head of state would probably be a clapped-out ex-politician or celebrity, for example, President Tony Blair, President Piers Morgan, President Gary Lineker, then I think we should count our blessings. Looking at the scenes yesterday at the balcony in Buckingham Palace, a republic has never felt further away. In these divided times, when we've been split over issues like Brexit, the pandemic and now the election, the royal family is above all of that. It is devoid of tribal politics. It's a constant, and it provides the bedrock and foundations of our nation. Politicians will come and go, but the royal family are here to stay. They will always have the people's vote.